need to give you a trigger warning. He had finally proven that he was a POW in Korea. They had finally proven that a couple years ago, and they were still going through red tape, so he never got his POW benefits. It's like he was never in active military service. They found his records in Japan from when he came back from Korea. Like, they stopped in Japan first for him to go to the hospital. And they found his records showing that he turned 15 in Japan, in the hospital, which means he was a POW at 14. So I just really want people to know that.
About that much rice a day. That was breakfast, dinner, and supper. And that big shot would come down there with his uniform on and 4 or 5 guards. And I'm Irish. Leave it to me. I so, Papa Son, you suck at that joby. Hey, prison camp. And run into a North Korean camp where they was, probably 25 or 30 soldiers, all eating good food. I ducked my head and pulled that blanket up and walked right through and filled them pockets full of food. Walked on out, and there was an American truck there, 2 of them, an American Jeep. Do you not know one of them son of a bitches would start? It was that cold it wouldn't start. So I stuck a rag down in the gas tank and lit them. Then I took out through the snow out there. All hell broke loose. There was ammunition in that one truck, and blew it and skipped, and then I made it back to the American lines, and them son of a bitches goddamn near shot me. Who won the World Series? Hell, I don't know who won the goddamn World Series. But, and then, of course, the Red Cross. I have no use for Red Cross. Not one goddamn bit. Sent a telegram to Mom that I had made the Japanese hospital, Japan hospital. And of course, she went back to them, tell them he's not underage. He's not old enough to be there. Do you know they wouldn't send that telegram back? And wasn't the Red Cross. Yeah, the other one, I don't know what it was. But anyway, they sent it back, and Uncle Sam loaded my ass up, and they took me home. And we got to the end of the gravel road and where the mud started, and about a mile of mud from there to home. And that poor bastard was supposed to go to me all the way to the house. I told him he didn't have to go. And I opened the door, and standing there and I could hear something splashing. And it was our goddamn dog. He smelt me that mile in that pouring down rain and came to me. And I told that old boy, just take the taxi and go on back to town. There ain't no need of you getting out here getting soaking wet. And
And here I give the most important sermon I've ever given in my life. It's a long story, but due to the current events, this was the only way that I could see my dad for the last time. I am telling him to please put his trust into Jesus, to let go of grudges, to forgive those that he has held grudges against. And I'm also telling him to relax, that it's okay if he is tired and he needs to leave before I get there. I don't want him to suffer any longer. I'm so grateful for my training as a former hospice chaplain that made this experience not easy, but easier than it could have been. And I hope that this helps you, as I know unfortunately many elderly are not able to have their children with them when they pass away due to the current events. It's not right what has gone on for so many people right now. It's not right, but we can choose to trust God and make light of the situation. I am just telling my dad over and over again to trust Jesus and that it's okay if he needs to leave. And I'm doing this because as a hospice chaplain, I saw many times and I read many times that often the person relaxes and goes home after the last relative tells them that. And that is what happens after this. My sister did tell me this is the last time she saw my dad moving or responding, and that she just knows he was waiting to make sure everyone was okay. I don't know. I didn't know at the time his standing with the Lord, but some of his responses here made me have hope that he put his trust in Jesus. And I know that some people might not agree with me putting this here, but I do believe that the world deserves to know what all of this stuff going on actually did for the elderly people that we claimed we were supposed to be protecting. I love you all, and I hope that if you still have your parents with you, you tell them everything they meant to you, even if they are sinners. My dad was a man of much sin, just like we all are, but he was rough around the edges. You saw he has a past that I won't get into here, but he was a man of violence and a man of grudges, and so I had been very terrified for him to face judgment. So I encourage you today, if your parents are still here, preach the gospel to them if they don't know it, and also tell them what they mean to you. Look at the good and tell them about that, and be thankful for what they have done for you. I am also telling him how proud I am of him, what a wonderful father he was. He sacrificed everything for us kids, and I told him I was so lucky that he was my dad.
again.